Hello everyone, finally we are now getting into a topic in our course series of videos Python for penetration testing. Now we are going to start developing tools. So from today, from this video, I'll start scripting small tools. We'll start with port scanner today and we'll see SSH and FTP scripts and brute forcing of passwords, and we have lots of tools yet to come in our series of videos. So we'll start with our port scanner, simple port scanner in here today, and I have my Kali machine running in here. I'm going to make my script in here in my Kali machine only. Why? I'll let you know that. What's the use? Instead of going on with PyCharm, I prefer Kali in here. PyCharm is a text editor. You can easily build codes and you can simulate it. And in here, in our Kali machine especially, in a development perspective, for a developer, Python developer, they can prefer PyCharm, but I prefer Kali Linux because we are developing our Kali Linux tools that we have already there. That we are going to make tools for our Kali Linux. So that's why I will be developing the tools using Python in my Kali machine only. So you can also do it in your Kali Linux also, or you can go on with your PyCharm also. And why I'm preferring to run everything in my Kali machine, you have Python 2 version, Python 3 version, and there are some scripting limitations in Python that doesn't support Python 3. If you're building your code in Python 2, it will not support in Python 3, but PyCharm will be working very well because it's kind of simulating a whole code. But in here, when you run in a real-time scenario with your Kali machine, that time you can have those limitation options, and you'll have some errors, and you can easily find out, you can easily change or manipulate your code according to the errors. Okay, that's why we are going to create our code in Kali machine itself. Okay, so how I'm going to make my Python script, we all know it comes with .py extensions, and I'll just go on in here to create a file nano, and I'll just go in here simple scan.py. okay, and in here an important line that you should remember in here is a shebang line. What is the shebang line? Shebang line is the line that tells the whole file that it is going to run with Python. Okay, so this line only indicates that this file is a Python file, and that's why we represent this shebang line. And next we start making our codes in here, and we also do this, follow the same technique that we have a main function there to call up the main function, and without main function also we can perform our codes in here. But for now I'm not going to make any main function here. We'll just simply import some libraries and then we'll do, and then when we perform the advanced port scanners, I will introduce main function into it. Okay, so for that what I'm going to do, it's very simple. I'll just simply go in here with import. So we need to import libraries in here. Libraries are very important when we go on with multiple scanning or the tools that we want, that our objective of the program. Okay, so I'm importing socket in here. What is this socket? Socket is a library that helps you to connect with various, it's responsible for connection. Okay, simply you can say that socket library is responsible for making connection. And what I'm going to do, I'll just simply write code in here, and I'm going to create a variable, and I will make the variable as connection. Okay, and what I'm going to do, simply I'm going to create a simple scan that will check for ports, what port it is open, which port it is open, like that. I'm going to check that one, right? And first I'll make a simple code, and then I'll just say some modification to get input from the user. We will do that in here now. And I'm creating a variable connection, and in here I need to create a socket with socket. This socket indicates it's going to create connection with socket dot af underscore inet. So what is this af underscore inet? This af underscore inet is responsible for the IP address Okay, we are having IPv4, right? It stands for IPv4. We are going to we are indicating that to the program. We are going to use IPv4. And the next one in here is socket dot sock. It should be in caps letters. So sock underscore stream. Okay, what this one indicates, we are going to indicate that to the program that we are using the TCP connection with the target host. Okay, so we'll use IPv4 address for the TCP connection. We are going to create connection with our victim's machine or any machine with our normal TCP connection with IPv4 address. Okay, so this is very simple. And next what I will do, I just need to create host equals, and then I'll give the IP address. So 192.168.43.2. okay, I have a machine running in here, metasploitable, so I'm just going on with that machine. And port, I will give port in here 21. I don't need to give string, as I will give as an integer. Okay, I'm giving here 21. And what I'll do now, and in here I'll do define one function. So what function is this? Define port scanner. Okay, and in here I need a port, right, to scan. I'm just going to scan that port is open or not, right? So that's why. And in here what I'll do, indentation block is very important here, that's why I'm pressing tab. And if sock connect, what is happening in here, actually it's not sock, it's connection. Okay, dot connect underscore x. I'll tell you what is this, what I'm doing in here. And you need to have two open parentheses in here, host and port. Okay, what is happening in here, I've just mentioned, if your, sorry, my spelling mistake, if your connection variable connecting activity returns some error when it tries to connect with that host and port, it should return me this result. What is that? It should return print. And the major difference in here with Python 2 and Python 3, in print function you have to go on, if you are using Python 2 you can simply go on with your single quote or double quote, or if you are using Python 3 you need to go with your parenthesis. Okay, print double colon and port %d. in here you need to go in this way, because we have mentioned, and there you just have to type your simple string, and then you will do add dot format one to put up the values into the parenthesis. But in here you will have to do in this way, port is closed in case if some error happens. So this connect underscore x is for errors. Okay, so is closed, and you just need to add in here %d, same like you have that dot format in our PyCharm, we have seen that, right? So the same one. So this is the one you need to do in here, and if this condition accepts, that one is good. Otherwise, else what you need to do, you need to print same one, port %d is open. Okay, and %d, so port. So I'm just mentioning port is an integer. If I just want to add any string, you need to go on with %s. Okay, that's the only difference you need to make it in here. We'll see that when we'll see that in the upcoming sessions. Okay, this is what you're going to do, and then you need to call this function, right? So port scanner my bad, sorry for that, port scanner port. Okay, so all done, everything is good. Now this function will call this one instead of main function. I'm just adding port scanner, you can add it in the main also. Okay, port scanner port, and it will call this one, and it will check the connection is established properly or not, and then it will go in here and it will try to connect it, and if that connection is made properly, then it will return me what I need. So here we have mentioned only directly the IP address and port. We don't want to anytime, every time open our code to change the IPs, you just need to everything to be in your front end, right? So we'll try this one first and then we'll go for that. Okay, so let me run this and I'll just go in Python 3 simple scan. Okay, and %d is not defined. Okay, I think I've missed something maybe. Oh, sorry for that, my mistake. I shouldn't have added %d in here. Percentage only is enough, and you don't need to add in here again. Okay, so this way. Now I'll save this file. Now I'll run once again. Port 21 is open. That's very simple, right? Now let me change that ports to some other port and we'll check it is giving me really the right option if I've just entered in this way or not. Okay, so if I just give in here 1338 or something, now let's check. Control X, Y, enter. I've just saved that. Okay, port 1338 is closed. Okay, so this is how we make very simple scanner. Okay, very simple scanner. And if you don't want your result to be the very plain one, you need some modifications with colors and all, you're going to add that. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll just simply make some small changes into the simple scan and we'll do. Instead of taking host directly into the script, I want the IP address to be asked from the user, the end user. So what I can do, I have to make some small changes in here. I just need to delete this and I need to take raw input from the user. So if I'm using raw input, this works very fine with Python 2, but this will not work with Python 3. At that time you need to go with input only. Okay, very normal input, and then you need to go in here like enter the IP address. Okay, then this way enter the IP address to be scanned. Okay, so in here the same thing, you can add raw input in here also. So raw input or integer you need to add in here. Why? You need to add integer when it comes with Python 3. So int, and I can add raw input, sorry, and then I'll add in here enter port to scan. Okay, and now I'll just close this and I'll just close once again. Okay, then yeah, now it's good. Now let me run this scan once again and let's check what is our result is. Okay, and let's check. Control X, let me save this. I hope I didn't make any mistake. Enter the IP address 192.168.43.2. enter. Okay, raw input is not, sorry, I've made a spelling mistake. That's why we need to be very careful. Okay, .192.168.43.2. Okay, once again let me check. I think I should cancel this raw input. I think input is enough. Yes, Python 3, right? Okay, and I hope now it will work very well. Okay, now I'll just run 21 and port 21 is open. Let me run once again and we'll check for any other ports. 168.43.2 and port number I just want to scan for 139. Let me check. 139 is also open. Okay, let me check some other port. 192.168 43.2, and I'll just run with any other port. I can give 999 for example, and port 999 is closed. Okay, and you can make the red colored or green colored with your results. You want multiple ports when you're scanning multiple ports, we'll do that. And when you are making the advanced port scanner with multiple ports and with various colors and all, okay, we will do that. With main functions, we are going to have the arguments and the help menu or everything, we are going to add it in here. Okay, so that will be very interesting one, and let me stop it in here and we'll start scripting the advanced scanner next. So let's continue to modify our normal scanning script that can have the ability to scan multiple ports. Okay, and we're just going to add a simple loop with it, and everything will be done. And after that, we can scan multiple ports, and we're just going to make small changes to our result. Okay, so how we can do that? That's very simple in here. So by adding a simple loop, first let me open this file and ls and nano simple scan. Okay, this is our script already we have done, right? And I'm going to put up very basic stuff in here, and I'm going to add in here, instead of port scanner, I'm going to add my for loop in here. So for port, okay, but very simple. For port, for each port in range, that ranges from 1 to 100, 1 to 1000, or any port that you can add. I'm just giving first 1000 ports. Okay, and for each 1000 ports in port scanner, this function for each ports in this port scanner function, and it will just go in here and it will check out everything one by one, and it will try to connect it in case if it receives any error, and then it will come back and it will return this one. And if there is no error, it tries to connect successfully, and then it will run this one. And this is what simple stuff. Okay, that's very basic. Now I'll just save this one and save it, and let me run this one now. Python 3 and simple scan, right? Enter the IP address 192.168.43.2, right? And enter the port to scan. What port I need to add in here? Okay, sorry for that, I've made a very simple mistake. Let me stop this one and I'll run this nano simple scan, and I need to delete this line. I don't need this line, right? I'm going to scan all the ports. If I want any particular port, I can have this line. I don't want now, so I'll just save this by deleting that. Then now I will run this file and enter the IP address 192.168.43.2. now can you see this? It just got all the results, but we don't know which port is open, which port is closed, right? We can see multiple ports are closed, and I can see only one port 21 is open, right? And in case if I want that port to be looks different from other, what I need to do, right? What I can do, I want that to be looks different with various colors, red or green, like that. So what I will do, I'll just clear the screen and I'll open it again, the file, and I'm going to use colors for that. So how I can use colors for that? We have colors in our Python 3 with from term color library. Okay, from term color library import color. Okay, so this is what we're going to use. So in print function, I will simply go in here and open it, and I'll just add colored. Okay, so in here I'll just add red. Okay, so that's it. Now what I will do, in here instead of green, my terminal is already green, so I will just go in here with another color, blue. Okay, in this way, and let me check, and I hope everything is done. Close it. Now I'll run this script once again. Okay, I missed something, invalid syntax. Okay, no issues. Let me check the code again. You see this, I've missed a bracket parenthesis at the last. I need to close that because we have opened 3 parentheses but we have closed only 2, so I need to close it again in here also. Now let me save it once again. Now save, and now I have this thing ready. Fire it up. Okay, again it is showing there has been some error. Now let me check it again. I've missed a comma in here. That's very basic because we need to differentiate that, right? Blue is a color and red is also a color. We're just combining it with this print function, so that's not good. That will not work. Now it will work for sure. Let me save it, close, and now Python 3, and it is asking me now very well 192.168.43.2, and every port is closed in here, and I can go up in this way to find out my port is open or not. Yeah, you can see the port 21 is open. Okay, so this is a very simple way that how you can create your multiple port scanner with colors. And the simple changes we have made to our simple scan script is, once again, and to that script is just we imported the color library and we have added in here with colored to all these functions, and it will return red when this print function executes, it will return blue and when this print function executes. And we have added simple loop for 1000 ports and port scanner, and you can add in the condition like 1 plus or 1 we can introduce a variable for port, and you can go on that way, port equal port plus 1, in that way also you can do. Okay, and I've just added another loop, and you can go for other loops also. For loop, I've just used for loop in here. Okay, so that's very simple how you can make multiple port scanner with our Python. And now we'll move on to advanced scanner, and that advanced scanner we will see how to create connection, how to use arguments, how to use help functions, and all the stuffs in one by one. Okay, so we'll see there. So let's start scripting our advanced scanner in here with Python. It's going to be an interesting one, a bit confusing one for the people who are very new to Python scripting. Okay, so I'll suggest them to spend their time very focusfully in this session. Okay, so we have here advanced scanner in here, and let me create one new file for that. So I'll just create nano and advanced scanner.py. okay, and in here in advanced scanner we'll first create help module, and that's what our objective in here with this particular advanced scanner script. We'll first create help module, and then we'll introduce our port scanning hosts and target ports and all into it. Okay, and then we'll go on with the input functionality. Okay, before going on with, we'll have multiple functions in here, so we'll, like we did it with PyCharm, we'll same in here we'll do in here with main function. And in creating main function we have the same thing in PyCharm. It's very easy, you just need to have to press tab, it will automatically fill that, right? But in here we need to go on our own. Okay, so main, and I just need to go on once again, sorry, and in here I need to mention 2 more underscores. Okay, then I need to call the main function, right? So this is how your main function will look like, and you need to add your main function in here. So defining of main function in here, same as like we did it before. And now we need to add our shebang line, right? User bin Python. Okay, and now we are going to import the libraries that is helpful for us in our advanced scanner scripting. And for that we need to add 3 libraries in here. First we need to import socket, but instead of importing socket, that will import a limited functionalities of socket library. I need to import everything. So from socket, now import everything. Okay, I need to do like this to import every libraries functionality from socket, and then I need to import app parser. So what is this app parse library? This is responsible for our helping module, okay, for to can work with different arguments and can work with different helping modules that an user can see or read, that can help him to go through the tool. Okay, and next in here is from threading. This is another library we have in here for threading functionalities that will be very helpful for us in our defining up multiple functions and with multiple ports. Okay, so in defining main function, I need to add the main function first with helping module, right? That's what our main objective first is. So what I'll do in here, I'll just go on in here with the name help. Okay, now and help equaled apt parse. Okay, then dot option parser. Okay, then I need to add the string I want to use. So how you can usage this one? So usage of this tool is, okay, I can add in this way, and I need to add another string with this, so that I'm adding a plus symbol with that. And okay, sorry, I need to add in this way. Now I can add -h. Okay, that -h indicates target host. Then -p, that is target port. Okay, so in this way I need to add. So I've just done finishing everything. Now I'll just go in here and I need to give the properties of arguments, everything one by one. What is h, what is p, I need to give in here. Okay, so how I can give that one by one? Very simple. I need to add each option to each parser. So in here I'll just go on with help, because help is a variable that I've introduced, right? Help add option, then I'll just go in here -h. What is -h and what is that it actually says, because we are going to add arguments in the later session. So for that I'm using in here, if someone have mentioned h in the usage, what it will hold? It should hold the information of target host. Okay, target host information. If he is giving IP address, it should go in here. If they're giving some google.com or any host like that, it should go in here. Okay, that's why I'm mentioning in this way, and that should also comes under single quote or double quote. Okay, sorry. Then I need to add the normal stuff, help, how your help should look like. I can add anything, so specify target host. Okay, so everything is done. Now I'll just copy this and I'll use this for another option, because we have port option also, right? So I'll just right click it, copy it and enter, paste. Okay, and in this one -h, -p, and in the place of target host I need to remove it, I need to change it to target port, then specify target port. Okay, so done. And another thing that I'm going to add in here, the next thing, so target host. If someone is assigning some target host information, it should go in here, target host options dot options. Okay, it's option dot target host. Okay, and then I'm assigning target ports equal option dot target port. Okay, so everything will go in this variable, and I can use this variable for our next functions and all. Okay, so now I'm going to add another if function for that. Why? If the user didn't give any host or any port, it should return only the usage of this, the help function, help module. Okay, so that's what I'm going to add in here. How I will add this in here? So tgt host is equal to none, or tgt port equal to none. Okay, and actually it's not 0, I have to mention any number of ports, right? So indexing kind of thing. Okay, so I'll just enter and I'll just exit this function. Okay, it should print. Okay, it should print the parser usage. Okay, the help usage, help dot usage, it should print that one, right? And enter, exit the function. Okay, everything is done. Now let's check this is working properly or not. If it is not working, we'll correct our code in here, and then we'll move on to another function. Okay, I'll be adding new function in here to call all the functionalities, to introduce in case if the guide give host name instead of IP address, or IP address instead of host name, what you can do, how to resolve that. Okay, so all these things we'll see in the next function. First we'll check it out, it is working properly or not. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just need to run this python 3 or python, you can give, I can run it with python also, because I didn't add any print till function anything. So I'll just go on in here, advanced scanner, but before that I need to change permission for that. So change mode plus x advanced scanner.py. Now I will run this without any issue. And okay, I have a mistake in here, tgt none. Okay, yeah, if condition needs to be finished with colon symbol, right? I forget that. Okay, I think now it will work properly. Now just go on, run it again. Okay, option is not defined, maybe I have to correct it, what mistake I've done. And okay, forget that, I need to add the options, I need to introduce option, right? I need to define it very first, I forget that. And now we will do that in here. And how to do that, we just need to introduce options, okay, and arguments for that. And what are the things that we need to introduce in here in options argument? I just need to introduce my help, okay, parser, that may help variable with my passing up of arguments. Okay, so that one in here, passing underscore arguments. Okay, so this is what I need to do in here. And let me check it once again, all the codes. Okay, actually see it's parse. Okay, I think now it is done. Let me check it once again and let's run this now. I hope everything is good now, we do not make any mistakes. TGT port does not define, another error in here. Let me check it now. I missed target ports in here. Actually it's not port, it's ports, right? Because we have to mention it in here. And I've mentioned this indexing. Why? Because we will be giving up the ports in series by separated by commas, right? But the indexing starts from zeros, that's why I've given it in this way. And let me save it now. Now we'll just check it, and now you can see it's working properly fine. Okay, let me clear this now and let me rerun it again, and you can see this is working fine now. And now let me reopen this file and we'll add up all the functions again, once again with that. And our TGT port, everything is done. I'll create another function in here, and that function should be port scanner. Okay, defining above port scanner in here, and to calling above that function I'll create one more function in here and defining above port scanner. Okay, and that port scanner that should run with two variables, right? Target host and target port. right? Very well. Now we will start to try to capture a condition, try to capture a scenario, and then if it doesn't work we can go on with except function. Okay, so try, and in here I'll just add in here with target IP. Okay, and in here in target IP equal, and in here only I'm going to add get host by name. Okay, in this one I'll add target host. So if the user is giving target host, it will get changed into IP address. Okay, so then I'll just add except. Okay, in here I'll just add in here print I can add unknown host. Okay, and I can add percentage D, and the percentage D will be target host. Okay, so in this way, and I am going to add another try in here. For this try is for transferring target name. Okay, so target name should be like get host by address, and in this one now I'll add target IP in this. Okay, so it will just try this target IP in here now, and then it will go print it out. Okay, I don't need to open parentheses in here because we are using Python 2 in here, right? So that's why, and I can mention in here like this, looking very professional one, and scan results for. Okay, and then I can add plus percentage target name. Okay, so I can add in this way, or I can add in here with percentage D in this way. Okay, I can remove this, I can add double quote in here. Okay, in here in this way, and now I'll go on with except. Okay, so in except I'll just add print and scan results for the target IP. Okay, percentage TGT IP, that's it. Okay, I will simply add in this way. I'll just add plus symbol and it will add that percentage target IP in here. Okay, I'll just go double quotes in here. Now everything is done, and I need to close this one, right? Because it will not work, otherwise it will not work if I give any ports and all. So before that I need to add a loop in here. For why? This loop help target ports, because every target ports in target ports list, right? In target ports list it should go on one by one and it will scan, and I'm going to add a small variable in here for thread, multiple threading, and I'll add the thread with target, sorry, I need to open in this way, target, okay, equal connection scan. The scan, a connection scan is a function actually, so I will be creating new function and we'll call that thread function in here. Okay, connection scan, I'll add some arguments with that, so arguments equal, and I'll create in here with target host comma integer target port. Okay, so target port, I need to close it for 3 times, right? We have opened 3 times and I need to close it for 3 times. Okay, so right, done. Now I will start this function t dot start. Okay, and I think I've done it properly. Let me check it once again. If I don't done properly, it will create too much fuzz. Let me check it once again. Okay, I've just changed some I need to change in here certain things. I just need to change to hyphen like capital T, and everything is good then, and everything is okay. I've just used, instead of D, I've used S in here because the TGT host name can be it will not be a integer, it will be string, right? So that's why we used S for string. And the thing I've changed, one more thing I've changed in here is, instead of port, I changed into S ports. Okay, because we have assigned the variable ports, right, not port. Okay, everything is done now, and we have created a new function for threading for target ports, right? So each port will get scanned and IP address or host. So I need to call this function also. Okay, how I can call this function, how I can create this function? I need to create one more function for that. Okay, so for that I'll just create define con scan. Okay, and I need to add two more arguments in here, right? Let me check it. What are the argument, like target host and like port. Okay, so I need to introduce that also in here. So for that I'll just go in here, target host, comma, and in here target port. Okay, and this one, it's not target, yes, target port, sorry, target ports, it's only target port. Okay, why? You can see this in here, you have target host in target port. That's only two arguments in here, only target host and target port, only two arguments. So that's why we are using that one in here. And now we will do code for our input. Okay, so that's the same thing we did it with our simple scanning script. Okay, so I'll just go on with try. In here scan or socket, because we need to create first connection, right? So sock equal socket, right? And then I'll just add in here af underscore inet, this is for IPv4, and I'll just add sock underscore stream, this is for TCP stream. We all know that, right? Now enter, then again sock dot connect, this is for creating connection. And in our simple scanning script, we have just added underscore x, that is for error. If it is created an error, it will return or it will print out something. I'm not going to add any error. If it is getting connected, it will return something. What is that? So TGT host comma TGT port in here. So let me close it, and it will print out now print. Okay, now print, it will print in this way, like percentage D port TCP is open, percentage TGT port, in this way. Okay, and I'm going to add except condition in here, and that except condition I'll just print percentage D slash TCP is closed, same one. So I'll just add in here TGT port. Okay, so all done. I need to add one more case in here, finally close socket. Okay, so close that socket connection. Okay, so everything is done, and let me check the code once again, and we'll go on to execute this. Okay, I think pretty good. We have made our code in here. Okay, actually it will not be close socket. Let's try this now. Now we'll run this code. Percentage D TCP TGT port, invalid syntax. Okay, maybe I should check that. Yeah, I missed a double quote in here, and in that line Okay, let me check it now. Okay, I think it's working well. -h 192.168.43.2 and 2, and I can go on with -p 21. Okay, it takes exactly 2 arguments. Port scanner. Okay, port scanner takes 2 arguments. I have given anything, so I need to check that. Okay, port scanner, I've given 2 arguments, but why it is okay, I thought I should give it in here, right? So target host comma target ports. Okay, maybe this should work now. Yeah, it worked actually. You can see port 21 is open, and then global name close is not defined. Okay, I've made a mistake in executing the program. Maybe why we should check that. I know what error is that, and it is because the program is not closing properly, because my finally case is wrong. So sock.close it is, not close.socket. Okay, and now it will work properly. Let me close it. Now just run the code again, and you can see port 21 is open, and just go on and separate it with multiple port, and just give 80 135 like that, enter, and you can see port 80 is open, port 135 is not open, port 21 is open, right? And you can add the plus symbol, minus symbol just in your print command, and that will make your script looks very attractive, and you can add the term colors, and you can go on with Python 3 that looks more attractive. Okay, so that's all your additional things that you can do with your code, you can do for your program. Okay, so that's it for today, and we'll do script another tool in the upcoming days. One by one, we have multiple tools to come in our channel, so please stay tuned and stick with us and learn with us, and don't forget to subscribe us. Thank you.